everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. Today is launch day for the 2024 Stitchy Ornaments. So if you're new to my channel, every year I have been releasing ornament series. They're so much fun. Each year has a different theme. I will post some pictures of our previous years here on the screen so you can see. We've done classic ornaments. We did 12 days of Christmas ornaments. Last year we did the So Jolly ornaments, super cute. And this year we're doing a Nutcracker themed ornament. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about these cute ornaments. So these ornaments are pretty beginner friendly. There's a couple of different techniques in these, and I have some video tutorials here today to share with you so that you can get through these ornaments. There's back stitching in them, there's half stitches, and then there's a French knot in a few of them because we had some little eyes and things like that where we needed some dot. I have previous videos on the half stitches, quarter stitches, and back stitches in another video, so I will make sure to link that below this one. And then in today's video, I'll show you how to do those French knots. They're very, very easy, and they're just really cute for adding slight details to your cross stitch pieces. I will say I feel like these are pretty beginner friendly. They're really nice and small. As you can see, each one finishes at about 2.5 inches, so they don't take very long. You can usually do an ornament per night. That's how I sewed mine. I just did one ornament a night, and there are 12 ornaments in total. And then, like I said, they're all sort of Nutcracker themed. I also have a video today for you to show you how to finish them off in these cute little, I think they look like macaroons actually from the side, but these cute little round discs. So I'm gonna have all that coming up, but first let's take a quick look at all 12 of the ornaments. So here's our first ornament. This is the Nutcracker, and we're going to go in no particular order. I'm just going to show them all to you. So here's the little Nutcracker, and he's got some snow falling. He's super cute. All of these are stitched on 14 count Aida in the iridescent pink colorway. It's a super light pink, and I don't even know if you can tell that it's pink on camera. It probably looks like white, but in person it just has the ever so slight pink tint to it. So it's sparkly. So it's got a little bit of a shimmer, so it's a lot of fun. I finished it on round wooden discs, and I will show you how to do that here in just a minute. But I put my cross stitch on one of the discs, and then I put an accent fabric on the other disc. This accent fabric is some leftover scraps from my Bloom collection release. And then I just hot glued this cording around the edges so it finishes off those edges. I think it makes it really cute. And then I added a fun little bow. These bows are all from my fabric scrap bins, so they were perfect. Just dig in there and find little strips. So here was the first one, the Nutcracker. Our second one is the rocking reindeer. I know there's a rocking horse in the Nutcracker, but I thought reindeer would be cute. We've got some stockings hung by the chimney with care. We have our grandfather clock, candles, a sleigh with some presents inside. We've got a cute little house. I guess you could say this is the castle, but it's a house. We've got our ballerina. And on both of these pieces, the little eyes are those French knots. So that's why we're going to learn how to do that today. I have some pretty festive trees, and these little ornaments on the trees are also French knots. I've got some cute candy. We've got some ornaments. And of course we have our mouse. Now I know the mouse in the Nutcracker is gray, but brown kind of went with our theme a little better. Plus I think he's absolutely adorable. So those are all 12 of the designs. The pattern is full color and it's 8x10 format. So each of one of those designs is on an 8x10 sheet. So they're plenty big. You don't have to do any squinting. I do have to have my reading glasses to be able to stitch them, but the pattern is super easy to read. And I love having them in color because I don't really pay attention to the symbols anymore. I just look at the colors, but there are also symbols on there if you like to use those as well. So those are all of our designs for 2024 Stitchy ornaments. Let's go ahead and take a look at how to put them together. I'm going to show you how to do the French knots, and then I'll show you how to assemble them into these cute ornaments. So French knots are really easy, and they're a fun way to make little bulbs on Christmas trees. You can use them for eyeballs, anywhere where you need a cute little round dot and you don't want to do a full cross stitch. So to do a French knot, it's very easy. Simply pull your thread to the front of your project. You're going to hang onto your thread and wrap it around the tip of your needle approximately 3 times. You can do more or less if you'd like it to be smaller or larger. And then you're going to put your needle back through your fabric just right next to where you came out. Don't go back into this exact same hole. And then I just hang on to the base of that thread while I'm pulling the rest of the thread through, and it creates a cute little French knot. I have to admit, the first time I did this, I made a mess out of it, and so you might want to practice a couple of times on a piece of scrap fabric before you do it onto your project. But I think once you get the hang of it, you'll find that they're very simple and easy to do, and they also provide a little bit of texture to your otherwise flat cross-stitch piece. So they're perfect for the ornaments on this tree, and then I also use them for the eyes on my ballerina and my nutcracker. So supplies for making the ornaments are pretty easy here. We've just got a little bit of quilt batting. This is scraps. I also have 12 of these 3-inch wooden discs. I got these off Amazon, and I will link everything below. I also used some of this cording. I got this from Michaels actually, but I will link something similar. And then I just cut some scrap fabric pieces. This is from my leftover Bloom collection. You can use any fabric you like. You'll also need some embroidery floss and a needle, and I'm just using leftover floss from the project. You're also going to need all of your cute little stitched pieces, and instructions on how large to cut these for the ornaments is all included in your pattern. You'll also need a hot glue gun and some glue sticks, and I really recommend getting a full-size glue gun. So the first thing I'm doing is taking my wooden discs, and I am just roughly cutting out some fabric scraps, and I'm going to be making 12 of those, and I just used my disc as a guide. We also need to cut 12 discs out of our batting, and I found it easier to just go ahead and glue my wooden discs down onto my batting. I glued a bunch of them all at one time, and then I just roughly cut them all out with my rotary trimmer. And then I went in with a pair of scissors and cut right around those edges so that they were perfectly round with the disc. The next thing I did was went through and just trimmed off the corners from all of my cross stitch pieces so I have a rough round shape. Next, we're going to thread our needle with 2 pieces of embroidery floss folded in half, so we have a strand of 4. And this is going to be important so that when you're pulling it tight, you don't break those strands, or if one breaks, you still have 3 more to work with. You're going to want to tie a knot in the end of your thread to make sure that they're all secured. The next thing you're going to do is sew a running stitch right around the outside edge of your fabric, and I sewed about 1/4 inch away from the edge. Your stitches don't have to be perfect. I just zigzagged and went as fast as I could, honestly, to get all of these done. I also gathered my fabric just slightly as I was going, but you're going to want to do that running stitch all the way until you get back around to your start. And then now I'm just going to spread that fabric out a little bit and put the wooden discs into my fabric, and you just want to center it as best as you can. Once your disc is centered inside your fabric, you can gently tug on that thread and gather your fabric all the way around so it's just nice and even. And then once it's nice and tight and how I want it, I went ahead and sewed a small knot right there just to keep it from coming undone while I was sewing it together. And so I just made a loop with my thread and then just went through a couple times with my needle to secure it with a knot. The next thing that you're going to want to do is take that needle and just start going back and forth across those pleats or folds in your fabric. And I just pick up 2 or 3 of the folds and then tighten it. And then I pick 2 or 3 across from where I started, and I just keep going. And I'm just picking up any of the little folds that seem like they're loose. And then once you feel like it's pretty secure and staying in place, you can just tie a quick knot and then cut your thread. And then you should have something that looks similar to this. We're going to repeat that process with our stitched piece. So again, I've got 4 strands of embroidery floss, and I'm just quickly doing a running stitch right around the outside edge. And I do gather it a little bit as I go. It's a little bit easier that way. I'm also sewing through the holes in the cross stitch piece. It makes it a little bit easier to gather once you're all done if your thread is running through the holes. Now we're going to take one of our wooden discs that has the batting on it and place that right side down. And then I'm just going to pull my cross stitch piece around that disc until it looks centered. Once it looks centered, I'm going to gently again tug on that thread and gather that cross stitch piece around my wooden disc. Again, I'm going to tie a quick knot right there just to secure it. Then I'm going to go back and forth with the floss, again, just picking up a couple of those folds each time. And that'll just help keep it nice and secure, and it evens out some of the, if you have any puckering around the outside of your piece. Once you've got enough in there and you feel like it is secure, again, you can tie that off with a little knot with your thread. trim off any excess thread, and it should be looking something like this. Next thing we're going to do is put a little bit of hot glue on the fabric disc, and then we're going to take one of our stitch discs and place it right on top of there, and I just hold it until it is secure. And now we're going to add our ribbon. And so I'm starting at the bottom of the ornament, and I'm going about halfway up the side with my hot glue. I'm going to take some of that cording and just press that in place, and I just hang on to it until that hot glue dries. I'm going to turn my ornament around and then come the other direction with the hot glue. Again, about halfway up, and I'm going to butt the ends of that cord right next to each other. And again, just hold that in place. And then now we can come and finish up the top. And my cording just twisted naturally, so I went ahead and let it do that. So I'm just adding more hot glue to the top half of our ornament, and then pressing that cord in place, and I just make it so that it lines up right at the top center of the ornament, just like that. And if you need to put a little extra dab of glue at the top, you can. And here they are. This is what it looks like when they're finished. Now I decided to go one extra step and tie a bow on them, so I just grabbed some fabric scraps. This is about 3/4 of an inch by about 6 inches long scrap, and I am just tying it in a bow right here at the base of the hanger that we created with that cord. So nothing fancy, but I think it does look really cute. And then I just folded over the edges of my fabric and trimmed them off at an angle so that the ribbon looks like it has just a cute little finish on it. So this is just raw fabric. I didn't sew it or anything. I just used all of my scraps from my scrap bin. And then look at how cute those turned out. And I went ahead and did a variety of different colors because it matched the ornaments and my tree. So obviously I finished mine off in these cute little ornaments, but the pattern also includes a whole cloth version if you don't want to do ornaments. So the whole cloth version finishes at about 9.5 by 10.5 inches if you're on that 14 count Aida. It's super cute. When I first started designing these, I was planning to do snow globes. That's why all of the ornaments have little snow falling around the motif in there. But I didn't want to do the snow globe on here because I just felt like it was overkill since I went ahead and finished them off in circles. But I kept that snow globe design for the whole cloth version. And so I think you'll find it really cute. All of the little snow globes have each of those motifs inside, and then they're sitting on adorable little wooden shelves with some holly sprinkled throughout just to make it extra festive. It's still very easy to stitch. You're just stitching it all in one piece instead of cutting your fabric up into smaller chunks for the ornaments. The instructions for both the ornaments and the whole cloth finishing are both included in the pattern, so you can pick and choose whichever one you want. Now, last year we did kits. They were super popular, so I brought the kits back for this year as well. So if you purchase a kit from us, it will come with the full 8x10 full color pattern. It will come with your fabric, all the floss you need. There's some cute little embroidery scissors in each kit. There's a small little piece of batting with your needle on it. There's also some floss biddies. These were from Fat Quarter Shop, and I thought they were so cute, so I added those in. And then all of that's housed inside of an adorable little mesh stitching bag. It's perfect for this project, but you can of course save it for later projects. And these bags are the mesh bags that you can actually cross stitch on the outside of as well. So basically everything comes in the kit that you need to make the stitched piece. The only thing that is not included is the finishing items, like the wooden discs and this cording, because not everybody wants to finish them this way. I know that, so I thought I would be better just sell the kit with the cross stitch stuff, and then you guys can all decide how you want to finish off your ornaments. I will have links for everything that I purchased for my ornaments below this video. It's all from Amazon, so super easy to get. So if you do want to finish them off like this, the links are in the pattern, and I will link them below this video. All right, you guys, look how cute these finished ornaments are. I love them. I can't wait to put them on my tree this year. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy this year's ornaments. I do have a giveaway for one of you for the supplies. I have a full kit, plus it includes all the finishing for how I finished mine here on these ornaments. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway for one of you for that. In order to enter the giveaway, I have a few requirements. Number one, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I like to do giveaways for my subscribers as a way to say thank you. Number two, leave me a comment below letting me know what your favorite Christmas tradition is, or holiday tradition if you don't celebrate Christmas. I would love to hear the different things that your family enjoys for the holiday season. And then number three, US only please. I'm so sorry. right, international shipping is very expensive, so I do have to keep it to US only. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new, and I can't wait to see all of your finished projects with our 2024 holiday ornaments. If you're stitching them, make sure to post your progress or even your finishes in our Sew With Me group on Facebook. I'll make sure to link that below this video as well. We're having a lot of fun over there. Everybody's super encouraging, and we're sharing all of our fun projects. That's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you in the next video. Super cute, and this year we are doing a nutcracker. Last year, what did we do last year? These bows are all from my Scrabbook Fabin. Now, I finished mine off in ornaments. However, the pattern does also include a full whole cloth version.
But I literally had my alarm go off at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And my sleep-induced brain was like, oh my gosh, why is that stupid alarm going off? I don't even need to be up yet. I must have accidentally set an alarm for this early. So I was like literally going to stop the alarm and go to bed.